Hi, everyone, and welcome back. All right, we're going around the world. Aries to Pisces, week of, let's say, the 6th, 7th of April 2025. So a lot of the aspects are changing this week, which is great. We have Mercury coming out of retrograde. So what we say, now we can say what we say with clarity and with clear vision. That's what they're saying. Also, Saturday is Venus coming out of retrograde. So it is all about communication, bringing back love, and the aspects of what we've had and what we will sacrifice with regard to changing the trajectory that has always been. We have to change it. Otherwise, nothing's going to change. So seriously, you could be watching and getting inquiries and intel about your sign, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, etc. However, if you're not doing the work, these readings are for no reason. And you can't rely, truly, you can't rely on any readings to make things happen and manifest in your life unless you believe, have faith unconditionally and with no doubts. Okay? I mean, there are so many factors to take into consideration when looking into why things are happening the way they're happening, what you're waiting for, what you need to be patient about, what and how you communicate to others. Every facet is about how deep is your faith. All right, let's go. Time stampers, thank you. You guys are awesome. Please comment, like, subscribe. You know the drill. Aries, why is your home upside down? Something's going on in the home. Let's see. Hold on. Heartbreak. Hold on. I'm going to take these two. I feel like, Palace of Cups, I feel like you're having some deep regret and emotional issues about, like, your home. And I don't mean regret in terms of if you've made decisions in your life to do something different, to change your home, to move out, whatever it is, or maybe, you kind of don't want to move, or the person you're with, you're having some dynamic of, I'm not sure if this is really working out, so I can't really make any future plans per se. I also feel that if there were any verbally someone being mean in the house, like, it's not like, I don't feel this is deep verbal abuse, but I do feel it is a sliver of verbal abuse. Like someone telling the other what to do, how to feel, what to believe in. Yeah, even to the point where they're saying, it could even be like, you promised me this cup and you may be reneging on the offer. Of course, it could have already happened, but I do feel that someone's having a change of heart. I do. I feel it's like, I don't feel the same way as I did. And that's really important because, why? Well, you've got to be honest, right? So maybe now with Mercury going direct, right? Maybe this is the ideal time to have that conversation. Make that move. Choose yourself, Aries. Truly. Stop. For some of you, I do feel that you have had a lot of time and you've somehow, some way compromised some of your needs and put them on others. Look at that. Are you kidding? This is a conversation that has to happen to what? To clear. That's why. Clear vision. That's why it was trying to come out. That's what you're doing. It needs to come out. You already know it. And it is a matter of, how am I going to present this? What do I say? How do I say it? Because the tone is everything. So there is something about the tone of how you say things. And that also could be misunderstood sometimes. Or you're dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, whom has your world turned upside down because there hasn't been that clarity and or needing the conversation to really happen. And that's, it makes all the sense in the world with Venus and Mercury in retrograde, right? And so many aspects in Aries, So absolutely, there are things now that we have to clear the air about, okay? Let me know in the comments if you choose. Okay, let's go. Taurus. Taurus. It's like shit's getting real. Truly. Three of Cups is reversed. So it's like I can almost hear Taurus saying, don't even think about it. Don't even think about coming back. I am not interested. I'm turning my head the other way. If there's any attempt by another to contact you or get back in your good graces, let's say it's maybe Aries, Leo, Sag, or Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah, this is a rejection. Someone's going to reject a reunion of any sort, and that includes friendships. Like things that made you really question your friends. You have had to question some of your friendships, close ones, no doubt, because they have let you down emotionally. Like, you don't have my back. You just realized that, or maybe you have been realizing it, with certain circumstances. It's like, I'm so tired of the same things happening. Some of you, it could be colleagues at work. Things repeating themselves really need attention. The masks are off, and you're seeing very, very clearly the masks are off. And you've had so many chances. You've given people so many chances, right? To make it right, to come back authentic. You're just tired. And that includes, like I said, it's work, it's your work colleagues, it's your friends, your circle of friends also. Let's get one card for Taurus. Yeah, it's like you guys always disappoint me. And I didn't want to say always, but it lends itself to this has to change. It's a 5. This whole, and it's like, it is. you don't have the same interests, you don't have the same ethics, morals, values. These people let you down. There's 3 in particular, if not more. People just have been letting you down. And maybe you haven't spoken up. I don't see any swords here. And because maybe with everything retrograde, it wasn't the right time. So you may want to think about this. If it resonates with you, you may want to think about, okay, you know, I've got to extract this group of people that continue to come back. And just, I'm always disappointed. I feel like you're always disappointed. You know? So why stay in a group that, you know, that makes you feel that way? Okay, Gemini. These 3 came out immediately. 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands is reversed, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so, you know, signed, sealed, and delivered, the end. We're not going to be dramatic about it. There's nothing to be dramatic about. It's everything that has ended for whatever reasons, if not more than one reason. And they're saying they're really viable reasons. There's good reason for things that are ending and or need to end, if they haven't already. There's been too much drama, and it's like, you know, all I want is to be loved and to show my love. And in order to show my love, this can't continue, you know. It's like some of you literally feel like you've been stabbed in the back several times. I mean, there's 10 there. So it's like signed, sealed, and delivered. We're done. And so you may be taking a look at what's over the course of maybe 10 months or up to a year of the drama you've been through, the mental anguish, the need to extract yourself from competitive, immature people around you. You know, it's like, I'm done with these people. Same as Taurus. And here, look at Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn came out. But this could be, because we do have 2 Knights. So you may have another offer coming in, a new love offer coming in April or within the next month. Like, because we're in, you know, we're almost in mid-April. So I'd say within the next month from when you see this video, a new love offer could be coming in. We have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But we're not going to put up with any more crap. The 5 of Wands reversed means this has to stop. We're not doing it anymore. So I'm taking this new beginning. I'm taking this new pentacle, whatever that is. I feel that someone's taking their heart and going somewhere else. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying there's anyone in the running per se, because I didn't see any. We don't have any more cards to dictate that. But honestly, it's like, you know, how much longer can you put up with, Gemini? Seriously, right? And I feel that it only becomes very clear to you now with Venus and Mercury out of retrograde. Saturday, again, I'll reiterate, Saturday, Venus comes out of retrograde, and then Mercury just now, today or tomorrow. Okay? So that will definitely play a huge role in your taking that pentacle and going where you know that you will be loved, and that should start with you, right? I say should because I feel like you put up with a lot. Just saying. All right, Cancers. All right, Cancers, what's going on? Are we talking about work, money, new job, going for a job that you really love? I feel like you're interviewing. Some of you are interviewing. If some of you could be going back to school for a trade school or going back to get your degree. It could be your associates. It's a page, so it could be an associate's, or it could be a bachelor's. I don't know. We're going to say it. I'm going to say it. Some of you watch The Bachelor. What can I say? But I do feel that also when it comes to, if you do have a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn child, Cancers, or there's a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here that is younger, right? It is about someone needs to step up in love, putting more effort. Maybe this page we need to turn into a knight, right? Not necessarily the knight in shining armor, even though all the knights behold themselves as the knights in shining armor, because you can see they have the armor. The Knight of Cups is, I want to offer this love to you. However, I am going to say, if it is love, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, I have to tell you that it is still in the beginning stages of, we've got to kind of like work things out. You know, what do you like to do? Where do you like to go? What kind of music do you like? This is all real fresh. So if you are just starting to date, it would make total sense that you're getting to know someone right now. You're building a foundation with someone, and that could be very much so a love partner or potential. If that's not it, and this is a child, this could also be, you know, obviously child support, right? Making sure the child is given child support, and, you know, maybe, they're also saying their allowance. There could be a change in allowance, or this child just turned, whatever, 14, 15, and you're now deciding to give this child an allowance and teaching them not rules, but so if you do a few chores around the house, you know, I'm going to give you an allowance, but there's also certain things that, you know, if you want to earn more, you can do stuff in the house. Okay? It is an earning of your keep, but it is something that every child should learn, right? It's called discipline. It's like you make your bed in the morning, you pick up your dishes, you know, it's not something that, you know, you're not telling this child, you're not telling this child stuff they can't handle. You're giving this child the opportunity to make maybe more money by doing work, you know, walking the dogs, or, you know, it's not conditional, it's discipline. I like it. I like that actually a lot, because you're teaching If this is a child, you're teaching your child to say, okay, so this is what it takes to earn money. It's all new to this child. Yeah. And this is going to impart good, solid foundation for the child's future. I like that. If there is a child who is going away to school, then that's this. Maybe at a distance, they're going to, or if you have moved, you could be looking into new schools like middle school. It could be elementary. Making sure that they have, a good grade. It's really important as a parent. It is. It makes all the difference in the world, actually. And it helps the child's education. So that too could be playing into the situation. If you have moved to a new location, you have been doing or you're planning on moving to a new location, you want to make sure that your child is getting a good education. And if you're if you've been dating someone and it's just new, it's good to start out as learning about someone, getting to know someone on a friendship level first, which I like. Okay, well, what do I know, right? I mean, I'm saying it's not my read. Sorry. Leo. Everyone knows friendship first, but that doesn't always happen. All right, Leo, what's coming around? I just immediately heard, like, you're going to be getting some opportunities from your past, like an old boss calling you, an old business calling you, old clients calling you. Sorry, not old in the sense of age, because there is no age. I'm talking about people whom you've dealt with in the past, clients, customers, jobs, places of business, and or you could also be expanding your circle in terms of, opening up to new venues, meaning you may be looking at things that you used to do, whatever, like in 2017. Did you go to book fairs? Did you set up tents at, if you are a reader, you go to a book fair, or not book fair, but, a fair, right? And do readings or what have you. Or, you're looking into, some of you are looking into past opportunities that you didn't maybe follow through, and now you're like, okay, I want to revisit some of these because I feel that there's potential here to make more money and meet new people. Some of you are meeting new people. And I also just heard some of you are merging your old friends with your new friends. I like that. That's nice. Some of you have animals and you are caring for your animals. You take them you treat them like they're your child, but you take them everywhere too. Something about taking them everywhere. Some of you are really very much using your psychic abilities right now. So you may be asking Spirit right here, asking God to show you the way when it does come to, if it does come to where you're needing to look over some, revisit an old job, friendships, opportunities. Opportunities are coming in, which is really good for you to revisit. And maybe there's a need to tweak some of the projects or opportunities that you are, I feel it's what you are given in service to others, okay? It's what you do for your work. it's certain job opportunities coming back to you, clients, old clients coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, you know, Leo, are you still doing readings? Yeah. Because I feel that, which is really important, you know, it's always good to have, to not always put all your eggs in one basket, you know, especially, you know, when it comes to wanting to expand your business or wanting to expand a part of your life. It's like, I've got to like delve into and be creative. No doubt. The magician calls for us to be really creative. Okay. So there's going to be some new, real creative opportunities and or things that you are going to offer perhaps that will lend itself to new growth in your business. I feel love's on the back burner right now, and it's all about your work. Some of you are really just saying, listen, I need a break from like situations in general. Let me take a break in love so that I can focus on my work. And why not, right? Venus has been in retrograde. You know, starting any new relationship would probably take a little longer than norm. And those are the attributes. Those are the assets that retrogrades offer, that people give retrograde such a bad rap. But we have to understand something. In order for us to evolve, we need to, you know, regroup, revisit, realign, all the re's. Rehab, redo, redesign, reorder, all of those are what make retrogrades so beautiful. And if you can see it that way, right? You got to retract your steps so that everything falls into place. And that's a beautiful thing. A lot of people don't, you know, oh my God, I don't want a reconciliation. Well, there's a reason for it, you know. Have you learned? Have you grown? Can you walk away, or can you allow forgiveness? There's some, like, that's a whole video in itself, you know. Okay, Virgo. Virgo, look at this. New opportunities. I feel like a work opportunities coming in from a distance. Like you need to go somewhere. Okay. Some of you Virgos have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your chart, or you're connected with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Some of you are definitely offering up, like, let's go on a trip. Why don't we take this week to plan. Some of you are already planning or have been planning or are going to plan this week and or month. Where do you want to go? Let's look into it. Some of you are traveling for sure. If you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your chart, then for sure you're traveling. And I feel that if it's work, you could be doing, maybe your work is causing you to travel. It may not be a far distance, somewhere where I would say maybe a 3 to 4 hour flight or something like that, another state. I feel that this opportunity is maybe this new business or this new offer, job offer, or it could even be love, that you want to strengthen a connection. Maybe you've been dealing with a long distance relationship and you want to create some stability and rebuild, a stronger foundation. I feel that you're really getting ready to do that, and that is great because with Mercury now coming out of retrograde, and Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, it's clear to me that now is the time to take action, tell your story. Maybe some of you are writing, are your job that takes you, it could be some artistic flair of playing music, drawing, museums, every liberal arts is what I'm trying to say. Some of you do things in different places, or you show your work in different states, what have you. And now is the time, maybe someone could be connecting with you and saying, hey, Virgo, we need you in whatever state to show your work. Are you available? Rebuilding a foundation, making a solid foundation, going on a trip. Some of you, I'm going to say, because I always see that with this card, I see Asia. So maybe you're looking into, I don't know, the things, what to do, the things to see. Some of you, it's a spiritual retreat. Some of you, it's Sedona, or it's New Mexico. Wow, you're really, you are definitely, some of you are making a solid offer or being given a solid offer at a distance. For work, it could even be a move. Some of you could move because the job is calling you to be in another state. So a relocation. This is what I'm talking about with retrogrades. They get a bad rap, but these are the things that make us all tweak things, redesign, redo, whatever it is. If it is an offer of love at a distance, then so be it. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. I mean, I think you've been waiting to hear, maybe for some of you, about a job or an offer from a distance. If that weekend is good to come out or whatever. Making plans, for sure. Making plans. Dotting your I's and crossing your T's, for sure. Virgo, very nice. I feel like such a breath of fresh air with Virgo, I have to tell you. I do. Some of you are saying, I do. I'm serious. I just heard it. Right after I said it, I'm like, oh my God, someone's saying I do. Okay, good for you guys. All right, Libra. Libra, time to rest. Are you sleeping? And are you worried? Are you not getting enough rest? Right? Some of you have gotten so much rest, you're like, oh my God, I have to get up and go. I'm out of here. I feel that it's the polarity of resting, relaxing, chilling, needing to sleep more, or to, some of you have been overthinking too much. And now it's like, listen, I got to take action. Again, the planets being aligned now is calling for everyone to now go back to the drawing board and tell it like it is. Be very clear about the vision, right? And the reason being is the middle card, being the Nine of Swords reversed, is like, okay, I'm done with overthinking. I'm done with, sitting home and worrying and not seeing the fruits of your labor, or not seeing things happen. Now things are going to happen because you may be getting contacted, or you now have a clearer vision of where you're headed because you've had the chance to take a minute. I mean, literally hitting the pause button is so important for wherever you're headed. Okay? And it's not easy for us Geminis to just, oh, I said Gemini. You may be dealing with a Gemini, or you have Gemini in your chart. Sorry. But maybe not sorry, because we do have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. And you are a Libra. So in that in that way, I feel that some of you Libras have a Gemini rising, and Gemini may be a lot in your chart because this is all air. Okay. Someone is winning. Oh, I don't even know when the Kentucky Derby is, but someone may win with the Kentucky Derby. It's going to be some horse is going to get a blue ribbon. I don't know if you're into the horse racing, Del Mar, whatever, Santa Anita. That's all I know is from LA. But let's see. Libra. Yeah, you're, wow, Empress. All right. Libra. It's your card as well as Taurus. So for sure, the stars are all aligning for you to now take action and look at where you're headed and what you're doing and what you're saying and putting plans in place and making sure that everything now is like, I've had a lot of time to think. I've had a lot of time to analyze what it is that I want and where I'm going. Some of you have surrendered that quest and allowed Spirit to show you the way, and that could be another reason why the horse is actually looking back instead of this way. Libra, it's the horse is looking at the time that you've been able to pause and check things out and ensure that what you have come to the conclusion of and or have been working on is exactly what is going to allow your future expansion as well, right? Whatever you're doing, whatever you've been analyzing, reanalyzing, is actually, and or what you put out into the world, right? The stars are all aligning. You have the stars everywhere here. Some of you are learning about the planetary alignments and how they are either in your natal chart or in others, what have you. But you also have to allow yourself enough leeway for growth. So don't push it, because it is a complicated, what is it? The constellations are complicated, right? Because it's not just about the stars. It also, they're bringing in Pegasus for me here. So it is about the mythological creatures and stories of our past that tie into also the astrology of the universe. So there's a lot that you're either wanting to learn or getting knowledge of. I love that. And it is going to grow. It's not only going to help you grow, but it's also going to allow you to understand yourself much better. You're sitting on this beautiful, the knowledge of the tree of knowledge, wisdom. That's how you get to be the Empress, because you have experienced every queen and you have sought to get out of your own way, which has made you the Empress, which is beautiful. Wow, right? Wow. Okay, Scorpios. Let's see what's going on. Okay, Scorpios. That's too many, so we're going to just take these. Okay, the World, Justice. Wow, 10 of coins. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. Wow, look at that. Anything, oh my gosh, I love this for you. Anything that you had to go to court for, you had to fight for, you had to have this be fair, and we're done. I'm out. You got your money. Some of you are packing your bags. Some of you are traveling, taking the money and, right, take the money and run. I do feel if it was a court case, any court case, you got the payout. I am also feeling that if you have been waiting, it's happening. It's actually like you already knew you were going to get, you had to go through a lot. I mean, seriously, anytime you're in court or any justice needing to be served, you know, that takes, what is it? It takes a village sometimes. Something about a village, maybe. Takes a village to really go through a lot of heartache and hard work in order to attain and achieve your 10 of Cups, which is, wow. Okay, so some of you, this car outside is like the alarm just got set off, so just be mindful of that. If you're leaving your car and something about your alarm system, something maybe, I feel it's a car because it was here outside. So I also feel that's like a message of, that's alarming you that something's coming in. Or pay attention, right? Just pay attention. In the World card here, Scorpio, I do have the Fool that has no identity. There's a faceless Fool. Why? Because this Fool has dropped their ego and is now being given the keys to the universe. Beautiful. Right? Dropping your ego. Right? And now realizing that you really don't need to delve into anything else but your intuition when it comes to, you already know. I mean, it's so fitting for a Scorpio because Scorpios do know that justice will be served. I mean, you just, like I said, you had to go through a lot to get your payout. Some of you work in the legal field. Some of you watch Law and Order. Some of you learn from that. You could be a paralegal as well. This could be inheritance. This could be property, inheritance, money. This, I feel this is owed to you. This is like, this was mine to begin with, but they didn't give it to me. Someone wasn't giving it to you. It was like slow. It was taking forever. And now you get it. I love this. Good for you guys. Yeah, it was taking forever. I mean, seriously. It wasn't like you were going to give up, though. Let's be clear about that. I just feel like, honestly, so many of the retrogrades did put a pause on your situation here, specifically this wanting to get this money. And I'll tell you why. Because this pause or delay really actually helped you out in some way, shape, or form. You can comment below. But that delay brought you, and being patient, brought you the money that you are rightfully deserved. Wow. And owed. Rightfully owed. You worked hard for it. So, good for you guys. I see Scorpios also, some of you in real estate. So if you are in real estate, you could have just, they're going to say, banked a like $1 million home. It's great. Good for you guys. Okay. Saggies. Wow. There's too many here, but I did see Scorpio as the death card there. So, Saggies. Wow. Love. The Two of Cups love. Are you kidding me? That's the real deal. That's the real deal. Saggies, some of you guys are so in love, right? You're working hard. You're getting to the depth of getting to know someone. If you just started dating, or it's been like, 8 weeks, maybe 8 months for some, I feel that you've been really diving deep into someone's emotions, and it's reciprocated. Like, I feel you, you feel me, in the sense of we're really building a strong foundation to make this work. And we already know that we're connected, for sure, soul to soul. This is sacred. Wow. Right? Some of you are feeling like, you just met this amazing person, and I feel some of you can't believe that it's true, but it is. Maybe you're a little like, oh my gosh, right? I'm scared to show my true self or my emotions more than anything. I may be holding back on some emotions that are really deep, but no doubt the connection is really strong. Wow. Someone loves pearls, someone wears pearls, and some of you, you have been told you're the pearl of their eye. There could be a name pearl. When you look at this person, you see yourself. I love that. Good for you guys. You know what? I'm going to take one more card on the Palace of Cups. I feel this depth of emotion. Let's see. Wow. Yeah. It's like, you know what? As hard as you try to hide your feelings, you can't. Seriously. It's like, I want to tell this person, some of you are dealing with, oh my God, I just fell in love, and I want to tell this person, I love you, but I'm not sure if it'll be reciprocated. Trust me, it will be. Some of you are like very different from one another, but that you already know, it makes the relationship even stronger and deeper. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, I should say. I'm sorry. Some of you have 2 dogs, or just 1 dog, or you're planning on, or whatever animals that you have, or if it's just your inner workings of your subconscious, right? It is about loyalty, trust. You know what it is, obviously, that is your top, 5. It has to be this way in a relationship. You have to have these top 5. Someone has to meet your top 5 criteria, per se, right? And it's trustworthy, loyalty, generosity, and you have to have that spiritual connection. And someone's very intuitive, so it's also a connection here, which I love, a connection that says, oh my God, I feel exactly the same way. Like, you may finish each other's sentences. This is a soul-to-soul connection. Wow, right? Wow. Right. And someone may feel a little dismayed. They're saying that word. Dismayed that, if you're dating a Sag or Sag, whoever you're dating, you may think to yourself, oh my God, this person could have anyone they want, but they're choosing me. So I feel that if anything, this is deep feelings of thank God they want to work it. They want to be with me, and it is a work in progress, but it is a blessing insofar as we both want the same thing. I know Mercury's coming out of retrograde. Trying to get what I need to say out is a little tricky, but it's coming out beautifully, you know? And I guess that must mean also for Saggies, telling someone what you really feel from the bottom of your heart may come out a little sketch, but it's still going to come out just right where someone's going to understand and say, yeah, I totally get it. I feel the same way. Okay. It had to be for Sag. Okay. Capricorns. Beautiful Empress. Okay, the Empress, Five of Cups, and okay, so someone's coming out of toxic behaviors. There could be, for some, not all, someone who drinks too much. So Capricorn, you could be dealing with a Taurus and or Libra, or Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn, where this person has had a drinking issue, drinking problem. It could be you, whatever, cleaning up, purifying, starting to eat healthier, Capricorn. Maybe it's not alcoholism with you or someone else. It's just, you know what? I'm detoxing. I feel detoxing, actually. Yeah. Some of you, I'm so sorry if you have tried to IVF to have a child, keep trying, keep going. It's going to happen. Some of you are pregnant, or some of you just found out that it didn't take, like IVF, right? But don't give up, because this child, the energy of this child is waiting to come in. Okay? So you had to, for some of you, whether it's a relationship or it is something that you really wanted and you got really discouraged, you've been trying, or it's a relationship and you've been trying to get help or help for someone else, right? Getting out of their own way. It's something that, you can help someone to a certain point, but then you have to let them figure it out on their own. And that has been a fearful place, a very difficult, uncomfortable place for you, and or if you're the mom or a mother figure, you could have been dealing with someone who has toxic behaviors and they had to figure it out for themselves. And sorry, but they've relapsed a few times. Some of you, if there was a love opportunity, or you were in a relationship, I feel that you realized, or I feel it's you, that you realized as an Empress that this relationship has caused you more unhappiness because it's been more codependent and toxic, and you had to release it, as difficult as it was to release. Some of you knew that had to happen. So it could have definitely happened, right, within the last, eclipses we had, the lunar and solar that we had, for sure. When that happens, everything changes, All right, Capricorn. It's beautiful. It could be you, because you are in the reversed here. So you have 2 5s, Capricorn. So you're no longer wanting to, I'm going to say, deal with people who are judgmental, people who you argued with, you didn't agree with and or about their habits. Some of you really just had to walk away from, you know, abuse, if it's emotional and or mental abuse. You did take yourself out of it. As hard as it was to let something go, you let it go. And like I said, I do see a detox on every level, whether that's spiritual, mental, emotional, and or the physical body, the embodiment of an addiction or addictions. It could be a mother figure, just saying. If you're not a mother figure, it could be your mom. And as hard, the harshness of it all is that, you know, someone has grown and evolved. So it was not easy, but someone has evolved and came out of it with flying colors, no doubt, with the Empress. Okay, I mean, beautiful. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius wants to speak up here. Look at this. Who just had these? I'm thinking Aries. Yeah. Or Taurus. Someone had, it was Judgment, it was 9 of Cups, it was Judgment and Page. Or Knight, sorry. So in this way, you could be dealing with, for sure, I can't remember who it was. Aries, Leo, Sag. It could have been an Aries. Or it was a Taurus, Virgo, Cap. You may want to just review that if that applies. Okay? But some of you are worn out, tired of trying to work on something. Trying to make it work. If it's love, it's love, right? If someone's coming back wanting to make a go of it one more time. See, I felt it was Taurus or Aries because I felt, because the cards were placed in different, in the different sequence of the cards, I feel actually that's why you may want to look at it, because if it applies to you and resonates with your person or who you're dealing with, Aquarius, you're dealing with someone who may not want to revisit this. Someone may not want another, they will want another chance, but it'll be a reject. They won't say yes to it. But I feel in your case, that was in either Aries or Taurus. But I feel in the case of you, Aquarius, you may be deciding to revisit. Also, I also feel this pertained to more like Taurus, about a friends group. Like your circle of friends have, and or family, have given you so much grief. And like, I'm so tired of, I don't know, trying to prove myself, trying to prove my love. You could be dealing with that. If that's, you know, you're the sender or receiver of trying to prove your love time and time again. You may be dealing with someone who has trust issues, right? And doesn't trust easily. And it's like, here we go again. I feel it's Aries. I do. But anyway, here we go again. I know this is a Sag card, but that doesn't matter. Somewhere in Leo, Aries, it was Aries first. In their read, it was about revisiting people that have been coming back around, or situations in love that have been coming back around, and it's like you know, we're rethinking. Again, the retrogrades have allowed so many to rethink what they really want and what they really feel that they want and or are deserving of. Like, how much are you going to put up with? That's what I'm saying, Aquarius. It's like, oh my God. It's like we got back together. Let's just say. We get back together with someone. We've been together now for 9 months. And during those 9 months, like before these 9 months, like we're at this point where everything's now going forward. Mercury's going forward. Venus is going forward after Saturday. So this week, things are moving forward now, forward motion. So the things that you have been experiencing or re-experiencing are issues that kind of were put under the carpet or swept under the carpet, you know, didn't want to address the elephant in the room for whatever reason, Aquarius. And now it's like, okay, 9 months later, right? You're in the same spot that you were before, like a year ago or 2 years ago with the same person. It's like you're going over the same old ground, Aquarius, with someone that you tried giving them another chance, and or vice versa, okay? And what, to no avail? Did, you know, someone could have promised to change, or they've grown, or, I mean, this is why I've said it so many times about why we take exes back. Do we take the ex back because they've changed, they've done their work, they've grown, they've matured? Or have we? There's a reason why we have to really understand the concept of accepting not only less than what we deserve, and if it is an ex, which is clearly here, why? Why have you accepted that fact? Indeed, work has to be done before someone can come back into the fold, however long or many years it's been, or months. I mean, clearly, how's anything going to change if we don't change ourselves, right? It's madness, right? Einstein said, if you keep doing the same mold and going over the same old ground, nothing's going to change. It's just madness. Leo, Aries, Sag. Thank you, Spirit. I think it was Aries. So it's like, are you kidding me? And you have to ask yourself, Aquarius, what part have you played in this? Because it does take two to tango. So if you do accept someone, or you have accepted someone back into the fold in your life, did you think they had changed? Did they tell you they had changed? Or did you just go into it blindly thinking, oh my God, this person is sexy, they fit so much, they have so much potential. And then, all of the reoccurrences happen over and over again. And you have. For some of you, I'm going to say it, and it's really unlikely for an Aquarius, but when they're in love, this person has literally been taking hold of the situation. They've been in charge. So when you really love someone, you may put up with a lot of crap. And even though you're an Aquarian, you're like, damn, that stuff's coming around again that I swept under the carpet. And yeah, some of you are thinking I should have known better. But don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Just, get up, brush yourself off, and try and figure out a way in which the situation can make you happy. And that would be putting up your boundaries if you haven't. And not sweeping things under the carpet. You know, it's like, it's really hard to go over the same old ground with someone that you really love. Or that you feel that you really love. Okay, there's a difference. Pisces. Pisces. Wow, this just, I'm going to take another card because it came out just now. Okay, so you're not, Pisces, you're not telling people how you're feeling. You haven't been. Let's just say some of you haven't been really exposing your financial situation. Maybe you're making less than you should be. Maybe you're thinking of ways to enhance what you do. You need to grow maybe your business, and you need to look at, and you're inquiring about, how do I do that? How can I grow my business? How can I grow my money, my funds? Do I need to go back to school? Do I need to add on a piece of, like, maybe another leg of what I already do and how I put out my work? I'm really tired and exhausted because I feel like I've been really working hard day by day, and you know, I need to be more out there. I need to get out there more on social media, and I've been doing it, but I feel like it's not like it hasn't worked, but is it, you know, let's say, is it paying off, right? Some of you feel like maybe it's not paying off. You're putting all this time and effort, you know, putting your work on social media, maybe every platform, and, you know, to no avail. You're like, you know, I still feel like a piece is missing of the puzzle. I need to dig deep into really what I want to do, and what is it, what, Pisces, is your vision for your business, for the future of the business. I feel like you're really delving deep into that so that you can grow your business and see how it can the money can start flowing in easier without you having to work your butt off. You're starting from a page. So this is a new business. It's a new job, whatever it is. It's like this is something that is all yours, and you're trying to evolve, sales, marketing, whatever. And let me tell you, it's really hard to get out there and to have people be, you know, involved and want to get involved and be interested enough to want that. You know, how are you going to do that? And that's where you're at right now. Some of you are trying to intuitively figure it out, right? And what is the answer? Some of you, if this is a job, then the answer is you got to figure out part of this that you're going to add a leg to is going to be something that you love to do, instead of it looking like it's really hard work. So that is what maybe could be the missing link. Do you love what you're doing? Are you distracted, they're saying? Or do you love what you're doing? Maybe you have a child and you're building a foundation. You're building you're putting a savings account together or something like that for a child. And you don't see how you're going to manage to do that on maybe, a lesser salary, or just starting out in a business. I feel like you're really looking toward the future, but I feel for those who this relates to, you really need to take it day by day and just continue to doing what you love and not worry about it. Really, don't look back. Don't look back, look ahead. right? Look ahead at what you're doing. And every day, with every plan that you put in place, with every video that you make, with every person that you talk to, with, this is getting the word out there. And now, if you understand it at all, with the aspects, the retrograde going forward, now it's like, okay, now we can move this along. If it is a relationship and it's new, now we can move it along. It's been really slow. It hasn't been growing. It's been, there's been, bumps in the road. Some of you, it's been very elusive as to if it is a relationship. This relationship has been very elusive as to how someone feels. But now Venus is going to go direct on Saturday. So things are going to start moving along, whereas they weren't at all, which is great. It's going to make you feel so much better. And if it's about money, then that lends itself to that storyline, that narrative of things have been really dry for a while, and now that Ace of Cups is coming in, right? If you're looking for a side job or some passive income, you may be contemplating that as well, which is not a bad idea. I mean, those TikTokers and, I'm not going to say IG too, but, passive income is flying on TikTok. Money's being made. Just saying, if you're looking for something on the side. All right, collective read. We have Virgo. So that's the 6th house of serving, being of service to others. And I'm going to make it very clear, is that now that everything is going in motion, we have every opportunity to see the vision. We've had every opportunity to look over the details, fine-tune, tweak whatever we're doing so that we can move forward and do what it is that we know is what we're here for, and that is to be of service to others in whatever fashion and whatever purpose that you have been here, brought here. Your North Node will show it. But this is the time to use your power for the good of others. I love you guys so much. Everything is now ready to propel us all forward to evolving. All right, take care and have a great week.